at the same point in their presidencies.
But Fox's Brooke Singman reports in the second Trump term,
inflation is down from 3% in January to 2.4% last month. Border crossings are down from over 47,000 in Biden's last full month in office to just over 7,000 in Trump's second month in office. And DOGE has saved U.S. taxpayers an estimated $160 billion.
The president will go to Michigan tonight to mark 100 days, and he's expected to announce an easing of tariffs on automakers. Democrats, though, not celebrating, ramping up their Trump resistance.
The start of Donald Trump's second term has been the worst start of any president in modern times.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer does not have the votes, though, to block a budget bill to fund the Trump agenda that Republicans keep working on. There's also Trump resistance ramping up north of the border. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberal Party won parliamentary elections to keep him in power. He says the president's trying to break Canada.
The coming days and months will be challenging, and they will call for some sacrifices. But we will share those sacrifices by supporting our workers and our businesses.
Was it intentional? That is the question in Chatham, Illinois, near Springfield, where a car smashed into a building hosting after-school programs, killing 4 people.
3 that were struck outside of the building before the vehicle entered, and 1 inside.
Deputy Police Chief Scott Tarter. The 4 killed were aged 4 to 18. Others were also injured, but not the driver. No word on any charges yet. Unlike the driver in Canada who drove an SUV into a crowd of people in Vancouver Saturday, killing 11, he's charged with murder. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The buildup to severe weather. There's nothing on radar. It's 72 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Rain will move into this area probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. Your high today, 78. Plenty of dew in the area. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. You might see some rain or hear thunder this morning, but the real threat for severe weather starts after 1 p.m.
It appears that we'll have a threat for some severe thunderstorms moving through the area. Threat is going to be maximized from basically the Indy metro area and points southeast.
That's National Weather Service forecaster Joe Neal.
Primary concern is with straight line damaging winds, but certainly can't rule out some localized large hail, potentially a tornado or 2, depending on how things shake out.
And Neal says there's a chance for severe weather tomorrow and again on Thursday. Indiana's Republican Attorney General is still in trouble despite his belief that his First Amendment rights are being violated. Here's Chris Davis.
Comments made to Fox News host Jesse Waters in 2023 about Dr. Caitlin Bernard still have Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita in trouble. This time, though, it's the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission rejecting Rokita's argument to dismiss the ethics complaint against him regarding the comments. He had accepted a public reprimand, then immediately said in a press release that he rejected the discipline. Now he wants everything dismissed, and the commission is saying no. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
This week, the Indiana Fevers start their preseason on May 3rd. John Herrick reports on how they're getting ready.
At training camp on Monday, Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark, who was last year's WNBA Rookie of the Year, said she got plenty of rest and relaxation over the summer while also working to get stronger.
That rest aspect for myself, just, getting my body where it needed to be and really working on things that I needed to work on was super important, but I'm ready to compete again, so I'm excited.
The Fever also came out with a new slogan called Now You Know, which they say highlights the team's cultural and basketball influence. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Also getting ready, the Indiana Pacers. They can close out the Milwaukee Bucks tonight in Game 5 at Cambridge. Tip-off at 6. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com, traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Spring is here. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? If the holes are too big, debris gets in, and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top, and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 17% discount plus 12 months, no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 17% off is good through April. Restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, or gutterhelmetindy.com, and never clean your gutters again.
Westbound 70 looking fantastic right now as you head out to Indianapolis International Airport from West Street, Meridian, Illinois, out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. If you're ride-sharing people from the downtown hotels to Indianapolis International, nothing to slow you down here at the moment at 465 leading into that airport feeder known as I-70 looking fantastic on the southwest side. Please have a great morning. Traffic sponsored by Inbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own. Inbound.org. I'm Matt Barrow on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, which TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, good morning. It is a stuffy start here this morning under mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out maybe a spotty shower here for this morning. I think many of the morning hours dry. Be on alert this afternoon for some scattered thunderstorms. Some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side. Damaging wind will be the primary concern. We'll top out with a high of around 80 degrees. We'll wind down our storm chances pretty early into the evening hours, leaving us mostly cloudy overnight, a low down to 55. Wednesday, mostly cloudy, a return of some scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder in the afternoon. Wednesday's high 73. Thursday looks wet, showers and storms likely on and off through the day, a high of 73. Friday morning showers cooler in the afternoon, a high of 67.
But we don't have rain on Saturday, right?
No, weekend looks wonderful. I know a lot of people will be running in the Mini early in the morning. It'll be a little crisp, but I think ideal for the runners. And both Saturday and Sunday afternoon is going to be sunny and pretty mild, so it should be really nice for the weekend.
And then Saturday night is Rev at the track.
That's
if
right.
you've never done it, it's an incredible event. First one in years I'm going to miss.
You're not going.
I gotta. This arm is not going to heal itself.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I think it's a really bad idea to go out into the mass public with a sling and say, "Don't touch me."
That's as opposed to when you don't have a sling and you're in public.
Oh, then touch away. Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy.
No. Yeah,
well,
so
I'm sorry,
it's
that's going to be beautiful weather for that, though.
I know. I'm just going to have to suffer in the home studio on the patio with a humidor full of cigars and some sunshine in my face.
You lead a rough life, Tony.
I want to say for the record, this has been a long time coming. This has been curated very, very specifically, and I apologize for nothing. Oh God, no.
As you should. That's right.
No.
Yep, that's right.
That's Marcus Bailey right there
We'll
from
see you guys.
TV. Talk to you in a bit. 72 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:08.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County Spring Nursery Headquarters.
Have an election and they decide that the Liberal Party is good enough to keep around because Canadians are ridiculous. I'm sorry. Ryan Reynolds is not enough to save you. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Well, Trump wants to make us a state. We had to fight back by voting for the Liberals, for Justin Trudeau's party, keeping Mark Carney in power as your prime minister. That's how you fight back? Dear Lord, you guys are easier to take over than I thought. You don't even know how to fight. Some guy is calling us names. Let's vote to continue to screw the country. Good Lord. That is some world-class ignorance, but they did it. Liberal Party projected to win more of the 343 seats. What is not known, as of at least the reporting, will they get to 172, giving them the clear majority so they don't need to work with a smaller party to get things done? So closer than expected, but still, they take the victory. Well, you see, it's all Trump's fault because Trump kept talking about making Canada a 51st state. He did troll them on their election day. If you ask me, totally dopey move, but neither here nor there. You have to be emotionally stable enough to get to the polls. Canadians weren't. What, you want me to say it to a Canadian? Let's call a Canadian. That'll be a new part of the show. Call a Canadian, and we'll just randomly call Canadians throughout the show and ask them what's wrong with them. It's their issue, not mine. You could have had Polyev, who certainly wasn't going to pay attention to Trump and the 51st state stuff, would have said it directly to his face in ways that would have been glorious, because Polyev is that good. But if Canada doesn't want to help itself, okay. It's fine by me. I'm glad I got to visit Toronto when I did. That's probably coming to a close because you're going to see a lot of the tourism coming to a close. California is already seeing this. Canadians aren't coming to visit. Then again, who in the world would visit California? California is starting to see it come to a close. Do I think they're going to change their vote? Absolutely not. Like the Canadians, they can all talk a big game. How they need better, how they deserve better. But until they decide to give themselves better, it's just pablum. Canada, California, might as well be the same place, except for weather. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. A Mellencamp Whiskey partnership continues. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by IBJ's 20 in their 20s. Know a young person making a big impact? Nominate them by May 23rd. Learn more at ibj.com/nominations.
Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. The markets feel more unpredictable than ever, especially these last few weeks. As someone restarting their investment career, I'm going to need help with this. I'm going to need peace of mind. So I'm calling the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth is smart with your money. It's a Who's Your Concept. Call 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com for your first appointment. It's free. Trajan Wealth designs portfolios to protect and expand your investments. You can rest easy knowing your portfolio is for you and nobody else. And Trajan constantly is watching and assessing the markets for you. You're in good hands. Call and schedule a consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 463-251-1912. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 463-251-1912. That's 463-251-1912.
It's the Bash Sale, the biggest automotive sale in history. Your local Bill Estes dealerships are coming in hot with deals on trucks you don't want to miss. We have a huge selection of trucks at one easy online stop. Brand new Chevy, Ford, GMC, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota trucks with a massive pre-owned selection too. Plus, our fair and direct upfront pricing means what you see is what you pay. Shift into savings during the Bash Sale, only at Bill Estes dealerships, and drive away in your dream truck today. Online at BillEstesTrucks.com.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
With a B&W Premier Club membership, you'll stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Our members get routine maintenance, priority scheduling, and exclusive discounts, saving you money and keeping your family comfortable all season long. Visit bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108 for more information.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Hey, a reminder that you can get a speeding ticket up on the northeast side, courtesy of the speeding cameras now. And there's they put the speeding cameras in, they went live in January, and there's been a pre-enforcement phase going on. In other words, if the cameras catch you speeding, you won't get a ticket. Well, that's not the case anymore. If you're caught 11 miles per hour over the limit in this construction zone by the cameras, you'll get a warning and then a ticket after that. So they can start issuing fines starting yesterday. Just a reminder, friendly reminder, as you go through the construction zone. Clear path, northeast side with 465 and 69 exclusive to that area. And those two interstates with these speed cameras. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
72 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com. The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
President Trump wanted to do away with the funding of sanctuary cities. And there's this court that said, you don't get to do that. Once again, some judge getting in the way. But the argument's actually a little more substantial because the argument is this money has already been appropriated by Congress and you don't get to decide that you won't spend the money. Your job is to ensure that it's done properly. An interesting conversation. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. There are things within the president's purview, and there are things that the president just ensures via the executive branch that they happen. If the money is already allocated, does the money have to be spent? Now, that might be a Supreme Court question, but it seems that as I read it, not that I like it, I'm saying as I read it, it seems to be something that's been pretty much accepted as the way it is. So the House of Representatives is now moving forward with the Law Enforcement Solidarity Act put forth by Representative Claudia Tenney of New York. And they're saying that this would give the president authority to pull federal funding from sanctuary states and cities if officials there refuse to cooperate with immigration authorities. Okay. On its top line, normal people say, well, of course they should be cooperating. What kind of thing is this that they wouldn't cooperate? That's insane. But these left-wing cities filled with people who hate America and want to see its destruction, don't cooperate. Now, before we go any further, that's exactly who they are in places like Minnesota, in places like Seattle. I meant the whole state of Minnesota. I know it's the city of Minneapolis. In Oregon, and in Portland. This is exactly who they are. Progressives do not believe in a rule of law that exists for the American citizen. They do not believe in a border. They prove this with their border policy, and they prove this by voting for some level of sanctuary status. And then, of course, get outraged when you send them illegal immigrants, which is the funniest part. They are the issue. These anti-American zealots that make up the political left are the issue. And if the political left wants to argue that they're not anti-American, knock yourself out, boo-boo. But if you're going to tell me I have to believe all the polling on Donald Trump, all the polling states that everybody hates you, and there are reasons. You're anti-American zealots. You don't think that illegal immigrants should be sent back to their home of origin? Their home of origin? Their origin? Their home? Yeah, it wouldn't be home of origin. That would just be a weird way to say that, Tony. Don't talk in Bidenisms. That's just weird. These people are not in favor of America the way you and I are, which is to say they're not in favor of America. If you're a sanctuary city, you're not in favor of America. Just reality. But once you start going down this road, saying the president this and the president that and the abdication of responsibility, man, one day you're going to lose an election, and now look at the power you've given. If the president can direct funds, what else can the president direct funds to or away from? That is the issue at play. Simply, the argument is don't fund these cities. Don't vote to fund these cities. As a matter of understanding where the larger problem is, there is so much bureaucracy, there are so many dollars that go in all these places, it's hard to stop all the funding. So you want to be able to have a second layer to do so. Desperate times, desperate measures. I don't want to be desperate. I do want to understand that we need to change how people are voting in these cities. So they vote for better. So those who are lawbreakers destroying the fabric of America don't get any more resources. The political left must be broken. And right now they're down, but they're not out. Look at the issues we're still having. I would rather Democrats exist, not progressives. If we want to go back to the days of Democrats like Daniel Patrick Moynihan, I'm all good. There will just be serious disagreement. This is not just disagreement. These are people who are desperate not to have a country. Desperate. I don't need the mayor of Chicago to agree with me on everything. But when he wears a keffiyeh, this terrorist-supporting jerk face, Brandon Johnson, that's not necessary. That's a guy who doesn't believe in America. That's the enemy. And if I can't call a guy who wears a keffiyeh in support of Hamas terrorists the enemy, well, then you can't call anybody the enemy. So I'm going to say it because it's absolutely true. Then there was this. A study from the American Cancer Society. And I don't agree with everything the American Cancer Society does. The support of raising tobacco taxes is pretty gross. Simply discuss what you see from tobacco and studies and tell the world. But if somebody still wants to do it, they can. Well, we have to raise taxes on them so they'll do better things. That's what the Cancer Society and the Chamber desperately wanted in Indiana. Raise taxes on tobacco. They couldn't get it done. Then you see the General Assembly realize we may have a shortfall of $2.4 billion. And all of a sudden they raised taxes on cigarettes, but they also raised it on cigars. Just a reminder that the Republican Party in Indiana doesn't do the job. These are not Republicans, and the supermajority status has hurt them. We need Democrats or libertarians to stand in the breach. If Republicans are going to act like this, Raise taxes on small business? That's what you. It's what you did. It's what you did. You're gonna disagree with me? How? But the study here is about the effects of COVID and cancer factors. Because so many people during COVID failed to get themselves checked out by doctors, wouldn't leave the house, you have sicker people. Cervical cancer screenings lower than ever. The HPV vaccination rate, for those of you who agree or disagree, I leave that to you. The issue here is that people did not take care of their health because they were told to be scared. The effects of COVID are in places that all over our society, not just in education. The effects of shutdowns are everywhere. And we are only scratching the surface on how bad it's going to be. Matt Bear has got traffic on the fives. What's up, Matthew?
Crash west side, South High School Road at Hannah Avenue. And a reminder, East 75th Street is closed between Graham and Bimford for Nickel Plate Trail construction. And that's happening until May 7th. Traffic sponsor by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
It's Gabe Whitley sentencing day. Let the tailgate begin.
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
This is Sammy Terry. There are two things guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Death can be painful, but paying your taxes doesn't have to be, with a little extra cash in your pocket from Indiana Unclaimed. Yes, George, you're right. George the Spider reminds us that Indiana Unclaimed returns over $1 million every single week, and there are hundreds of millions of dollars just waiting to be claimed by the rightful owner. Text Sammy to 46220 to find out if you or your loved ones have unclaimed funds. Claim yours today. Text Sammy to 46220 now.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
High school sports are a true team sport and not just for the starting lineup. I'm Claire Hack from Jennings County High School.
And I'm Grayson Mealy from Westell High School. That's because every person involved in high school sports is essential.
Each student athlete contributes something unique to the team.
Coaches guide and mentor their athletes on and off the field.
Officials protect the integrity of the sports they love.
Fans unite and cheer for their team as one.
Without any one of them, high school sports simply aren't the same. That's what makes them a true team sport.
It takes everyone coming together to achieve the ultimate purpose, preparing student athletes like us for life.
Whatever role you play, thank you for being on our team.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Thank you for being a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is rallying around our student athletes. This is being a good teammate. This is your IHSAA.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What are the main concerns? There's nothing on radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 73 degrees. Your high today, 78. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30.
It's not our primary concern, but certainly can't rule it out either.
National Weather Service forecaster Joe Neal talking about a chance that you'll see a tornado today as severe weather moves in.
There is enough low-level shear out there that we could get some embedded supercells, some rotating thunderstorms that may produce a tornado or two.
And Neal says the most updated timeline for severe weather today is between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Straight line wind damage is the primary concern. President Trump's 100-day week-long celebration continues today with the trip to Michigan.
It's the last state he campaigned in before winning the 2024 election. President Trump returns to Michigan today for a rally in Macomb County
to discuss all that he has achieved on behalf of the American people.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, the event is billed as a celebration of Trump's legendary start to his presidency in the first 100 days, including the closure of the southern border, deportation efforts, working on peace and trade deals, and with over 140 executive orders signed, including the dismantling of the Department of Education, establishing the Department of Government Efficiency, and cutting federal budgets and regulations.
That's Fox's Jeff Manasso reporting. And today is National Fentanyl Awareness Day. It was first observed 4 years ago by parents who lost their loved ones to drug overdoses. The goal of today is to remind people of the many deaths caused by fentanyl and spread the word about naloxone, a Narcan, a medication that can reverse an opioid overdose. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com, traffic, weather, and sports. In 3 minutes, it's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. The family of Indiana music legend John Mellencamp is raising a glass to their newest bourbon in collaboration with Hard Truth Distilling Company in Brown County. American Odd is the final release in a 4-part series that began in the summer of 2023. Hard Truth Master Distiller Brian Smith.
It's been a super fun couple years with these guys. And, you know, to be able to support family farmers and sustainable farming in Indiana and beyond has just been a true honor.
100% of the grains for the bourbon are grown by Indiana farmers in Rushville and Evansville. The Warsaw-based orthopedic industry advancement organization OrthoWorks will soon start its search for a new leader. On Monday, OrthoWorks president and CEO Bob Vito announced he will leave the organization at the end of the week to become chief financial officer of Fort Wayne-based Ambassador Enterprises. The European Commission on Friday approved the $8.4 billion acquisition of Evansville-based plastics manufacturer Berry Global by Switzerland-based Amcor. The EC's approval means the merger is expected to close on Wednesday. The combined company will retain the Amcor name with its head offices remaining in Zurich. However, Amcor noted that the company will maintain a significant presence in Evansville. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Do you own an import-export business? If so, your company could save time and money with foreign trade zones. FTZs are designated sites across the United States where you can reduce, defer, and even eliminate import duties, helping you stay competitive in the global marketplace. If you're interested in becoming an FTZ, the Indianapolis Airport Authority can sponsor your application and start you on the path to savings, because smart companies get in the zone. Learn more at inzone.org.
Seymour-based egg producer Rose Acre Farms is suing Tricor Flexible Packaging in New Jersey, claiming its allegedly defective packaging resulted in thousands of dollars in lost product. According to the lawsuit, in January 2024, Rose Acre purchased an order of Tricor's bags to ship the farm's dried egg yolk powder in. The farm ultimately received reports from 3 customers stating they received bags that had split open along the seams. Rose Acre is suing Tricor for breach of contract, breach of implied warranty of merchantability, and breach of warranty of fitness for a particular purpose. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, Alex, crash on the West Side High School Road at Hannah Avenue. And a reminder, speed cameras can start taking tickets on the Northeast Side construction. You know, the Clear Path Construction Zone, that's where the speed cameras are. There are signs as you approach that. Yeah, first time you're caught speeding by the cameras, it's a warning. After that, you have to pay. So keep that in mind. That's active since yesterday. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
72 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 6:36. A check on sports with Ryan Hedrick. What's up?
Tony, what's up? The Indiana Pacers are heavy favorites tonight to finish off their first-round playoff series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks star Damian Lillard is out with the torn left Achilles. Here's Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton.
I think we also understand that with him being out, other guys are going to step up. You know, we got to be able to scramble, got to be able to, continue to bring our energy for 48 minutes.
Halliburton has recorded 4 straight double-doubles to open the playoffs. Tonight's game tips off at 6. The Indiana Fever training camp continues today. Here's guard Kelsey Mitchell.
With the new atmosphere, new coaching, everything is just absolutely new. It feels really good. It feels fresh. It's kind of like when you take your clothes out the dryer, kind of like fresh. It feels different, and it feels good because we have new leadership.
Hey, I like the analogy. Indiana opens their preseason schedule against the Washington Mystics this week. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the Level on the Go and at WIBC.com.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, home decor, and patio furniture, all at Miss M's, State Road 135 in Bargersville.
So if I understand it right, Producer Carl, we have tickets to give away, but we can't give them away?
No, the phone lines are down.
So I have tickets to give away, but I can't give them away. That's basically what you're telling me right now.
Unless you want to give out your phone number.
I do want to give out my phone number. When I say my phone number, I mean Nigel's. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Let me tell you, first of all, you can enter at WIBC.com. There are ticket giveaways for the Indianapolis 500 and everything going on at the track. It's right there. And if you haven't already gotten your tickets for Tales from the Track by Relay Indiana, that's too late. That's too late. That's over. That's sold out. Relay Indiana, the sponsors of Tales from the Track with Graham Rahal. That'll be Hammer and Nigel. That's a good night, May 19th. I am hoping in the next week or so, I got delayed by the whole surgery thing, to have an announcement of where we will be bringing another live event this summer, hopefully to the south side, maybe a little bit further south. Just to be clear, how far south is too far south? So let's talk Franklin, Bloomington, is that all too far south, or is that all right? Let me know on the Twitter X there at Tony Katz, or email me, tony@tonykatz.com. But I will tell you that I don't head down to the station every day. I do the show from right here, both shows and everything else. And I'm cool with that. I am. But not going down to the station means that you lose out every now and again on a couple things. And over there at the station yesterday, a bunch of the shows were handed a cake by the Indiana Fever. And with this, if you didn't see the video from Hammer and Nigel, you should. You kind of light the cake on fire. You have to put a match to the paper. Me, it would have been a cigar torch. And then you put it to like what looks like the frosting of the cake. And then it burns away and it reveals a message underneath. So the Indiana Fever decided the best thing to do would be to give people flaming cakes. And I want to know who's in charge of their insurance policy. What kind of thing is this? Don't get me wrong. I wanted to be there. I would like a cake that one could set on fire. I don't know. Maybe Eddie White can just drop one off to me. Just drop off a cake. Or Mel, if you're in Carmel, we'll set up a time. Just come by and bring a cake, and we'll light it on fire, and then we'll eat it. I'll pour bourbon. I don't know if you drink bourbon or not. And then it'll be a grand old time. But if you haven't seen the video, it's very, very cool. And the Fever are doing this whole "Now You Know" thing. It's a new campaign slogan. So they see the opportunity. They've built this super team around Caitlin Clark. And they're going all in, and they can get more young girls and more people to show up to their games and keep sellouts going. They're going to do it. You can't fault them. Absolutely, they've got this product. Go try and get the best result with it you can. They're not crazy. Building of the practice facility and everything else. So I missed cake. Basically, is what I'm saying here. It's not too late for the Indiana Fever to bring me cake. It's never too late, Indiana Fever, to do the right thing. Like they did anything wrong. But you should see the video. Follow Hammer and Nigel. It's very cool. It's a very inventive idea. I don't know how it doesn't violate every insurance rule under the sun, but hey, that's not my problem. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Ray Hall Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury. Hammer and Nigel sit down with Graham for great stories, laughs, and insights from someone who grew up on the hallowed grounds of the IMS. But this backstage pass to speed, style, and surprises is sold out. The only place to register to win tickets is WIBC.com.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And for a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. That's right, upgrade your home today and don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. And here's the real spring surprise. Get a bonus $500 off your home improvement project. There's never been a better time to bundle and save with Universal Windows Direct. Some restrictions may apply, so call today, 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Get all the information and schedule your totally free in-home estimate. And see everything for yourself on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
May 13th to 15th, Indy welcomes the Sweets and Snacks Expo, North America's largest candy and snacks event. 1,000 leading candy and snack companies will debut their latest and best-selling products alongside world-class education and standout events like Happy Hour at Gainbridge Fieldhouse and a live Indy 500 practice session. Retailers and distributors, register now and get 25% off at sweetsandsnacks.com/Indy. This is an industry event. If you're a fan of candy and snacks, you'll have to wait for the latest sweets and snacks to hit shelves.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Inbound 69 looking fantastic here at the moment. We had a little bit of a slowdown in 96th Street, but that seems to have cleared up. Westbound 72, the north split looking fantastic from the east side, 465, 4 minutes down to the north split, and you make your way through that flyover ramp to West Street, and that looks pretty good as well. A little bit of a slowdown as you hit Meridian, and then you are off to the northwest side. Crash West Side, High School Road at Hannah. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 in River Road at North Shadeland or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Sancio Grand Prix on Saturday, May 10th at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. More info at WIBC.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Yesterday, we discussed a story about Gen Z. 51% of Gen Z feels that a college degree was not worth it. Well, that makes perfect sense. And I believe there is great hope for Gen Z as opposed to millennials. Gen Z, to me, is a generation that saw what the millennials did, and they were trying to all get in touch with their feels and their emotions, and they said, these people are miserable. We don't want to be miserable. And then they looked at Gen X and said, oh, you mean we could just be normal? Cool. Let's do that. That's That is my take. Of course, that is anecdotal, my experiences. But my hope for Gen Z is far greater than the millennials any day of the week. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. But 51% of them thought that a college degree was valueless, and the answer is yes. You have an entire generation that was lied to by academia when they told you that getting a degree in gender studies was really important. It was never important. Now, that HR departments are filled with people with gender studies degrees is a serious issue. How do you think all of these philosophies get into your workplace that damage productivity and damage the employee and create division? That's all this HR nonsense. But if you got a degree in something valueless, that doesn't create any value. Not for you, not for anybody. Of course, you're going to feel like you were taken. There can be arguments about job market as well. But the follow-up is that more than 50% of Gen Z is either getting by or struggling to make ends meet, according to the Harvard Institute of Politics survey. The problem with a conversation like this is that it doesn't give you enough information to make a determination. So this was done in March. It doesn't talk about tariffs. And for the record, we have not yet really felt the effects of tariffs. That is coming. And of course, when you see polling, people are absolutely concerned about the economy. And you're seeing Trump down on that in the polls to the extent that you can believe any of the polls. Believe them at your peril. Just recognize that tariffs are taxes and it's not good. And I'm sorry, Scott Bessent, who is clearly a bright guy, sounds like a guy trying to hold it together with duct tape. I don't know if he's giving me exactly what's on his mind, the Treasury Secretary. But it discusses the fact that according to the study, 1 in 4 people who use buy now, pay later are using it for groceries, a 14% increase from the previous year. The point that I make is that the study, at least as it's been presented to me, does not give you information such as where do these people spend their money? What is it that they value? Groceries are being utilized at a buy now, pay later? Groceries. You mean, like mayo and bread. Where are they spending their money? If they are employed, where are they spending their money? It's all going to housing. The rents are too damn high. Do they then make the decision to move from those places? Well, this is where they have their job. You mean there wasn't another job? I want to go down. Migratory patterns at play, human geography at play. You go where there is a more sustainable opportunity. Are they doing that? And then can we take a look at individual budgets so we can see what it is that they more value? The people who are, let's say, buying food on a buy now, pay later type of situation, on credit, if you will, did they go to a concert in the last 6 months? Did they go on vacation? What is it that what other purchases did they engage? Can we see that data? It's not a number that's at all going to move me because it doesn't give you all of the things that you would need in order to be able to make a decision, which is to say there's no conversation here about personal responsibility. There are some statements that you can make that are clearly blanket, like costs will go up because of tariffs. Period. Property taxes have cost me money and have cost you money, and they do matter, Indianapolis elite, no matter what you may think. Period. But struggling to make ends meet, I don't know what else they're doing with their life. Then came the reporting that the pilot of the Black Hawk helicopter that flew directly into that American Airlines regional jet in D.C., the pilot did not heed warnings from the instructor. the pilot did not listen to what it is that the co-pilot, the instructor, was saying and flew directly into this jet. I think it leads to more questions. What it was that Rebecca Lobach, the pilot, was doing, why she wasn't listening to her flight instructor. The order would have changed the course of the helicopter to avoid the oncoming American Airlines jet. It's an ugly story. But I have many more questions because of this. Matt Baer has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Inbound 69 slow. 96 down to 82nd Street. Also westbound 70 to the airport. No problems from the south. Split out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. We have a crash on the west side. This is High School Road at Hannah Avenue. Inbound 69. Tightening up just a bit from 96th Street down to 82nd. And a reminder, while we're on the northeast side, those speed cameras can get you a ticket if you're speeding in this construction zone. The construction zone's clear path on the northeast side. 465 and I-69. And we've had those speed cameras in that zone since early January. They weren't making tickets, but now they can. That started yesterday. So your first infraction, you get a warning. After that, you have to start paying the money. Like $75 on your second offense. Keep that in mind. Please take care of yourself. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
It's the Bash Sale, the biggest automotive sale in history. Your local Bill Estes dealerships are coming in hot with deals on trucks you don't want to miss. We have a huge selection of trucks at one easy online stop. Brand new Chevy, Ford, GMC, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota trucks with a massive pre-owned selection too. Plus, our fair and direct upfront pricing means what you see is what you pay. Shift into savings during the Bash Sale. Only at Bill Estes dealerships, and drive away in your dream truck today. Online at BillEstesTrucks.com.
Hey, it's Matt Baer for Conklin Exteriors. Don't wait to beautify your home for summer for a fresh new look and increased home value. New siding by Conklin Exteriors is the answer. From James Hardy fiber cement siding to a big array of vinyl siding colors and styles, the experienced pros at Conklin have all the choices. Plus, a lifetime workmanship warranty and over 10,000 satisfied customers. For your free estimate, call Conklin Exteriors at 317-ROOFING or visit ConklinExteriors.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey folks, Scott Wilson here from Wilson Farm Market. Even in winter, we're bringing you the best in farm fresh flavors. Stop in for our fresh salad bar, hot and crispy wing bar, and a cheese selection that is second to none. Got a sweet tooth? Our homemade pies, creamy fudge, and old-fashioned candy will hit the spot. Come see us on US 31 just north of Carmel. We're open every day 9 to 6. At Wilson Farm Market, we're all about fresh, local, and delicious. See you soon.
Show Mom just how much you love and respect her with fresh flowers from Gillespie Florists. Mom will smile for all to see when she receives your beautiful and fragrant bouquet from Gillespie Florists. Hundreds of styles to choose from, or let the mom pleasers at Gillespie help you decide. Easily make this Mother's Day memorable. Click on GillespieFlorist.com right now to place your order. Visit Gillespie Florist at 10th and Raceway, online at GillespieFlorist.com, or call 273-1100. Gillespie Florists, for all the flowers in your life.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfox from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah.
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
Mecum Auctions returns to the Indiana State Fairgrounds May 9th through 17th for Dana Mecum's 38th Original Spring Classic. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. And with more than 3,000 vehicles up for auction, it's a chance to bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy tickets now at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what you should know about severe weather today and when it will be here. What Indiana's Attorney General is saying about his First Amendment rights and what the Indiana Fever are doing to get ready for not only the preseason, but the upcoming season. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
It's a milestone for President Trump in his second term. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but Democrats are not celebrating.
It's been 100 days of hell for American families, for our economy.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, as numerous polls show concern about tariffs in the economy, dragging the Trump approval numbers lower than any other president in decades in their first 100 days. The only issue the president has more favorability on in last week's Fox poll was border security, with a big drop in illegal immigration since he took office again. Borders czar Tom Homan just told Fox.
I looked at the numbers the other day. Under the Biden administration, we averaged about 10, 11,000 a day, the high points. Some days at 15,000. You know what the number was yesterday? 178.
New Trump executive orders again target sanctuary cities not cooperating, pushing for legal action against officials accused of obstructing law enforcement. The ACLU, in a statement, calls it reckless and extreme. An earlier Trump order aiming to strip funding from sanctuary cities was blocked in court. Now, President Trump will celebrate his 100 days with a rally tonight in Warren, Michigan, where he's expected to announce automakers will be given a break from some of the tariffs imposed, including on steel and aluminum.
So this is breathing a sigh of relief for the automakers who have pushed the administration to do a little bit more to help them. This comes from the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, saying this deal is a major victory for the president's trade policy by rewarding companies who manufacture domestically.
That's Fox Business Network's Lauren Simonetti. North of the border, more Trump resistance as the president keeps talking about wanting Canada to be our 51st state. Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberal Party won parliamentary elections.
America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never.
There's still no word if the driver who smashed a car into an after-school program in Chatham, Illinois, near Springfield yesterday will face charges, or if it was intentional. 4 people were killed aged 4 to 18. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What to expect this afternoon. You have a cloudy sky, but a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 73 degrees. Your high today, 78. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Straight line wind damage is the biggest concern today as severe weather moves in this afternoon.
It appears that we'll have a threat for some severe thunderstorms moving through the area. Threat is going to be maximized from basically the Indy metro area and points southeast.
Joe Neild is a forecaster at the National Weather Service. And he says that there is a small chance for tornadoes, and you may expect tornadoes to hit the area, but he said it's a minimal chance. The timeline for severe weather is about 1 to 8. Indiana's Attorney General is asking that an ethics complaint against him be dismissed. The state's Commission on Judicial Discipline says no, and now it's up to the state Supreme Court. Here's Chris Davis. Sorry about that. That cut is not firing. Police in Marion say they had to kill somebody on Sunday. Indiana State Police are looking into this. The Indiana Fever are getting ready for the preseason, and they will tip that off on May 3rd, and the Indiana Pacers are playing in the playoffs. And let's go to traffic with Matt
Indiana
Bear.
Attorney General Todd Rokita doesn't want to take his medicine.
All right, Ryan, looking at southbound 465, a little bit slow at Arlington Avenue. Crash on the west side, High School Road at Hannah Avenue. On the northeast side, 75th Street is closed between Graham and Benford Boulevard. That's for Nickel Plate Trail construction, and that's going on until May 7th. Inbound 69, again, a little bit slow, 96 to 82nd. Everything coming into the north split, doing it without any trouble right now. Looking good on the flyover from westbound 72, northbound 65, moving mostly up to speed there. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
So there's rain, and then there won't be rain, and then there will be rain. In case you didn't know, sometimes where we live, water falls from the sky.
It does.
It's a true story. It's math. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. And did you know that we were totally poaching one of your people, and Jonette Cruz is now coming to WIBC?
I did know that. She is
I didn't know that.
Well, she's a gem. Yes.
I was minding my own business, and then all of a sudden I see this post that says, "Welcome, Jonette Cruz from Wish TV. She's now with WIBC." And I said, "My God, she must have gotten fired."
No, she did not. She did not.
Who voluntarily goes into radio?
Well, that is a very good question, right?
Right?
Yes.
Radio is basically one step up from a prison release program.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
It's
I
not
thought that was
TV.
TV.
It's not TV where people, oh, yes, Miss Hastings. Right away, Miss Hastings. To your dressing room, Miss Hastings. You look wonderful today, Miss Hastings. Your skin is dewy today, Miss Hastings. No, we don't get that.
No, okay.
No one has ever said to Matt Bear, your skin looks dewy today.
Well, it does look dewy today, I'll tell you that. It's warm and muggy.
What? Muggy?
What?
Did
Muggy.
you say muggy?
Yeah, muggy.
All right, do the weather then, and tell us about the muggy.
It is going to be warm and muggy today. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. A few of those thunderstorms may be on the stronger side with some gusty winds, some hail, heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is low, but it is not zero, so there is an isolated tornado threat. Highs near 80 today. Tonight, a few of those thunderstorms come to an end after about 7 o'clock. We'll go mainly cloudy skies. We'll fall to 55. Mainly cloudy skies, some scattered showers on your Wednesday, 73, and more showers and storms possible Thursday, near 73 degrees as well. We could get some moderate to heavy rain. We're closing in on the potentially a very wet April here in Indiana, so we'll have to watch that closely. But dry conditions for the weekend.
That's Tara Hastings, who we have not yet poached from Wish TV.
No.
And by the way, I say poached. She was not poached.
No.
I don't think there was a poaching involved. Jonette Cruz, now with
No,
WIBC.
she was helping us fill in on traffic, which we greatly appreciate.
Does that mean we hired Jonette Cruz to take over for Matt Bear? Are you saying that Matt Bear's future is limited here?
No. No one.
Are you threatening Matt Bear's career and future?
No.
Wow. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's right. That's what Matt sounds like.
I listen to
when
you guys, and I have no
traffic.
future and bad skin. That's what I've kind of figured out here so far. Fantastic.
Trying out of work. That's Matt Bear.
That's trying out of work. That's Matt Bear.
Oh, boy. No, love you, Matt Bear.
Oh, I love you guys. Great. Poaching employees, bad skin, the whole thing.
Yep.
You know, you thought it was enough when I make it cringy with Tara. Now I've gotten Matt to make it cringy with Tara.
Yes,
my work here is done.
How was that cringy? What did I say? I didn't say anything bad.
So cringe.
No, you're making a cringe. You're doing it on purpose.
Oh, I'm totally doing it on purpose. Everybody knows I'm doing it on purpose, and it's working.
Yes.
Wow,
sorry, Tara.
you guys. That's great. I love it. Happy Tuesday.
Now Tara's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
This is excellent.
Oh,
this show has finally hit its
do
peak.
you know who I just got a text message from?
Oh, was it Jonette Cruz?
The Jonette Cruz. I am listening right now. She's laughing hysterically. So there you go.
She should be at work and not listening. My God. First day on the job, and she's like, I'm going to take it easy today. Good Lord. We already have Hammer. We don't need anybody. Well, really, it's Nigel who takes it easy. We don't need a second one. Get into work already. Right? Only one of us gets to work from home, and it's this guy. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's correct. Thank you. Tara Hastings, Wish TV, I got to go.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Radio. 71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:09.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County Spring Nursery Headquarters.
The White House announcing that Columbus Day is back. I'm bringing back Columbus Day, says President Trump, back from the ashes. The Democrats did everything possible to destroy Christopher Columbus, his reputation, and all the Italians that love him so much. They tore down his statues and put up nothing but woke, or even worse, nothing at all. Well, you'll be happy to know Christopher is going to make a major comeback. I am hereby reinstating Columbus Day under the same rules, dates, and locations as it had for all the many decades before. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Good. I'm glad to see that it is coming back. I'm glad to see that it still matters. And if we could, maybe not let the crazy people be in charge anymore, that'd be great. A recognition of history doesn't mean an erasure of history. And Indigenous Peoples Day, the Indigenous peoples were very violent. Thought you might want to know, history buffs. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joiner Homes in Greenfield. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Joiner Homes builds homes that have character, like the homes of yesterday, but have modern features. Character-rich features with exposed wood beams, stone fireplaces, custom build-ins, and smart design. Joiner Homes has a full in-house team that includes architectural and design specialists that will be with you every step to ensure your vision comes to life. See pricing, floor plans, and photos at joinerhomes.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
The pothole. Formed in colder months, tiny fissures are born, and in no time at all, they grow into big,
gigantic tire killers.
That's why you need Matt Baird Traffic.
Watch out on Keystone Avenue.
He'll guide you around these hidden monsters.
Yeah, might as well call it a basement.
And on to safer ground.
You don't want to be in the far left lane.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy. We'll get you ready for a little Pacers home playoffs. Jeff Boggs joins us, 93 WIBC.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
It's Gabe Whitley sentencing day. Let the tailgate begin.
Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the fives, and Matt Bear, what are we doing?
Inbound 69 slow from 106th Street down to 82nd, and a crash on the west side of High School Road at Hannah Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Let me just say, Matt Bear, that was efficient.
Yeah, I know it.
It was like, boom, I'm out.
What are you talking? It was a good report, Tony.
World class.
Yeah, I know, man. It's
report like that, you need a cigarette.
Just having a vape. Having a vape. Oh, wait, there goes my tax dollar. Never mind.
Yep.
Quit vaping.
Yeah. There used to be a time where you could afford things in Indiana, but then the Republicans came to town and they were like, let's be afraid of a potential shortfall. Let's raise taxes on small business. And, only this vice, not the other vices. No, everything else is fine, but this vice, boo. And then here we are today.
Bravo.
So we can go on the road with this act.
I think it's... This is your next appearance.
Oh!
This is your next appearance. Whether it be Kokomo, Greenfield, I don't know, but this is what you talk about, right?
Honestly, if you want me to do the problems with the supermajority in 3 bourbons, we're going to need more than 3 bourbons.
We're going to have to move to Lynchburg, Tennessee.
That'd be a solid event right there. You know what? You may win this round, Matt Bear.
Boom!
Nicely done.
Fun.
It's still 71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:17. The Popcorn Moment brought to you by Booher Remodeling, BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. Fantastic people, fantastic showroom. Even better when it's in your kitchen, your master bathroom, or your basement. Booher Remodeling is your place to remodel your home and get the value out of your home. Get it working the way you want it to work. You're somebody who likes to entertain. You need a kitchen that can handle everything that has in it, right? You want to be able to have places to lay things out. The countertop space, you want to have the storage space so not everything is out. You want to be able to cook all the things you want to cook for the holidays and have it all in one spot. Booher Remodeling can help. right now, helping you design that layout, this idea you have in your head, and making it reality. Boer Remodeling is the one and only phone call to make their 5-step design process from start to finish, from the consultation to that final bit of finished construction, means that your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement looks amazing, ready for company, ready to enhance the value of your life. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude, and they are right now ready for you. Serving Central Indiana for over 2 decades. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling, 852-5546, or online at Boer, Booher, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's the story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn, because there is more. Actually, had a couple of things to choose from today, but I think I'm going to get to Representative Lee a little bit later. I might save it for Tony Katz today. I'm telling you, it's so joyous to hear Representative Lee make this claim about violence. It's so, you know what? I'm officially going to save it. Summer Lee is her name. I trust me, it's worth the tease. Instead, I bring you this. Oh, still epic. I mean, we could get into a rousing rendition of What's More Pathetic. I might save that for Tony Katz today at noon as well. You should really tune in. Chuck Todd, talking about the media. As we know, at the White House Correspondents Association dinner, they talked about how important it is to be real journalists. And when it came to the Joe Biden's cognitive impairments and how the Biden administration covered it up, look at the journalists who did the work to uncover this story. The media wants to blame the Biden administration for something we saw with our own eyes. And the reason we saw it with our own eyes is that we do not get lectured to by the mainstream media. That's the only reason. We shared the story in full. We shared it completely. Honestly, directly. These other outlets don't do that. Which, by the way, we should be clear is why no one in the state of Indiana competes with us. You understand that. The reason you have made this show what it is, that I have a syndicated show, is because you have a standard. And the standard is, I'm not listening to lies. I may not agree with everything that's being said, but I'm certainly not going to listen to a lie. And certainly I'm not going to pay attention to people who won't share the full story with me. And you know that that's what we do. We share the full story. You know that I won't lie to you for anything in the world. And it's the reason that this show, what we do, what we've been able to create is statewide. We have created the most powerful voice in media. You understand that. You know that. You know you did that. I may have wanted it. You're the one who made it happen. By the way, thanks, if I don't say thank you enough. The honesty. It's why all these chattering classes on social media with their pseudo-intellectual accounts think that they can come at us and they get nowhere, or why we don't really get the big pushback. How do you push back against an honest conversation? They've got nothing. They try every now and again with a little bit of hate here and there, but they quickly just disappear into the ether. They can't keep up. None of them can keep up with us. None of them. That's just fact at this stage of the game. The proof is in the reality. We know that Joe Biden was cognitively impaired. We know that he was incapable of doing the job because we paid attention. And we are fully aware that he wasn't running the country for the last year or 2, or is it 3? We're aware of it. The White House Correspondents Association wants to cheer themselves for breaking this story. They didn't break the story. They hid the story. This brings us to Chuck Todd, formerly of NBC, who wants to argue to Chris Cillizza on Chris Cillizza's podcast that the media didn't miss the story. This is all made up by the political right. Oh, hands on 10 and 2 if you're driving.
This is not a media failure. This is a failure of the Democratic Party. And I just sort of the virtue signaling that some people have done to try to say that the media missed this story. They didn't miss this story. No. David Ignatius wrote, I just refuse to accept this stupid premise because it's a right-wing, manufactured right-wing premise in order to stain the media. The media's got plenty of things to attack them for, and there are MSNBC and CNN and pundits that absolutely carried water for Joe Biden, but they're not journalists. They're former strategists that carried water for Joe Biden. The journalist, David Ignatius, wrote a very high-profile column in October of 23 saying, is he really running again? This doesn't seem like a good idea. People like me were promoting Dean Phillips' campaign because he was running
Wall Street Journal did a bunch of coverage.
So it's not like this. This isn't WMDs, where the White House worked with the mainstream media to manufacture a story that did not exist. That was a press failure, massive press failure. This was not that failure. This is an attempt by some to virtue signal, and it's this horrible sort of pitting different news organizations against each other, when ultimately the people at fault are Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Jill Biden, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, every elected member of Congress.
Now, methink thou dost protest too much, because you start by giving up the ghost, Chuck Todd. It's a right-wing narrative. It's not a right-wing narrative. Your problem is that the right wing were the only ones honestly discussing what it is that was happening. It's not a narrative. It was fact. It was actual reporting. Let's go back again. Just listen to how he starts.
This is not a media failure. This is a failure of the Democratic Party.
What's the difference? Honestly, what's the difference? What's the difference between the Democratic Party and the entirety of MSNBC? If you want to argue that it was pundits making this case that Biden is fine, but the journalists didn't push back against the pundits, that's the acceptance of the narrative. That is the promotion of the narrative. Sometimes you miss it. Sometimes you don't push back, and you should. The network didn't push back for 3 years. Chuck. I don't want to have to be John Galt to your diaconia and leave you in tears with the reality that the only thing left to do is shut off the engine of the world. But my gosh, reality was punching you in the face, and you still want to claim it's because of the right wing? Right-wing audiences grew because that was the only place that the audience could find honesty. It's why Newsmax's numbers are through the roof. It's why Fox, for everything, Fox is dead, clearly is not dead. And it's why we are now on the air all across Indiana. And we continue to reign supreme right here on this show. And it isn't because of me. It's because of an incredible group of people who listen to the show every day, who simply won't be lied to by the likes of you, Chuck Todd, anymore. So thank you, guys. And thank you, Chuck, for explaining that to everybody. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Inbound 69, 6-minute delay from 116th Street to 82nd. Crash on the west side, High School Road, Anna Avenue, and 75th Street is closed between Graham and Binford Boulevard. That's going on until May 7th for Nickel Plate Trail construction. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors from 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower. Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 6195, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers good through 4/30/2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Have recent storms caused damage to your roofing or siding? Cochran Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home, from blown-offs to full replacements. Cochran Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new as fast as possible. Trust a company that was here before the storm and will be long after. For your free, no-obligation consultation, schedule today at CochranExteriors.com or call 317-ROOFING. Cochran Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 15 years.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nothing better than taking the family out to a midsummer baseball game out at Victory Field. And my friends at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help deliver on some big-time savings. They're partners with the Indianapolis Indians and sponsors of their fabulous Friday night fireworks. And if you're an Indians fan and a AAA member, you get all sorts of perks. $4 off tickets to all home games, plus 10% concessions and Indians Pro Shop discounts.
Yeah, going to Victory Field, always fun. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members, you save when you have a membership. You get discounts on hotels, rental cars, and even complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble out on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. Join AAA today. Visit AAA.com, call 844-GO, AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What to expect from today's severe weather and when it could hit. You have a cloudy sky and a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 73 degrees, highs around 80 today. Heavy rain on radar to the northwest of Indy in Lebanon. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
Really, as we get past midday and into the afternoon, toward that peak heating time of day when our instability be maximized, that's when it appears that our threat will be highest.
Forecaster Joe Neal at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
There is enough low-level shear out there that we could get some embedded supercells, some rotating thunderstorms that may produce a tornado or two.
Neal says the tornado threat is relatively low, but hail and straight-line wind damage are the primary concerns. President Donald Trump is expected to give certain auto manufacturers a break from some tariffs.
A senior administration official tells Fox that the move today to soften the blow of some of those car tariffs is meant to give manufacturers more time to move production back to the United States. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says this deal is a major victory for the president's trade policy by rewarding companies who manufacture domestically while providing runway to manufacturers who have expressed their commitment to invest in America and expand their domestic manufacturing. This would be retroactive, meaning the manufacturers will be reimbursed for the tariffs they have already paid, and they'll also be reimbursed for some of the tariffs on imported auto parts. That levy is supposed to take effect on Saturday.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. How do you feel about President Trump's first 100 days in office? This Hoosier weighs in.
That's a primary reason. It's the economy. It's the uncertainty in the markets. Interest rates are still not lower. We don't know what's going on. M&A activity is not up. I think that's it.
And Trump will celebrate his 100-day week-long celebration in Michigan today. Listener discretion advised for this one. An incident on a Jennings County school bus has caught the attention of both the cops and attorneys. Here's John Herrick.
Police say back on April 16th, a 15-year-old student sexually assaulted another student while riding a special needs school bus. Police say they were told about the assault the next day, and the student was arrested for rape. They were later placed in secure detention. The Jennings County School Corporation says they are aware of a significant concern regarding the assault, and they are reviewing safety protocols. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And she's 14 missing, and police suspect foul play. Chris Davis reports on reward info.
Janiyah McMichael was last seen August 12th in Gary. Since then, all the efforts to find her have proven fruitless. Still, police are looking for that one bit of information that could turn the case around.
Like I said, it's been too long. The not knowing is the worst.
That's her grandmother, Dalia Guerrero, talking to News 7 in Chicago. The FBI is now offering a $20,000 reward for accurate information on McMichael's whereabouts. If you have that info, you're asked to call the FBI tip line. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Sports on WIBC brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. It could all end tonight. I'm talking about the first round playoff series between the Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 5 tips off at Gainbridge Fieldhouse at 6 o'clock. Pacers center Miles Turner says the team needs to be smart with ball movement as they look to close out the series.
Just the power of moving the ball, man. I think the last game, I think that we didn't necessarily take bad shots, but it just wasn't our brand of basketball. You know what I mean? I think that we did an amazing job of moving the ball tonight. And, when the ball hums like that, great things happen for us.
Coverage of Pacers basketball begins at 5:30 over on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Caitlin Clark says she and her teammates are getting ready to know each other and for a great season as the Fever look towards preseason after training camp.
It's a learning process for all of us. Most of the girls here are new players, so and the ones that have come back, new coach, we're just trying to learn in the same way and build relationships with our teammates. So similar in that regard, but at the same time, having a year under my belt is really helpful.
Clark was the WNBA Rookie of the Year. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
It's happening, Ryan. Inbound 69, 10-minute delay from 116th Street to 82nd. 75th Street closed from Graham to Midford because of Nickel Plate Trail construction. That's happening until May the 7th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, and home decor. All of this at Sundown Gardens, Spring Mill Road and 186th Street.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace. Oh, well, that's something that won't haunt your nightmares for the rest of your natural-born life. No, that's fine. No, it's just a real work of art. That's what that is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff, all sorts of stuff on the Marketplace. Today on the Marketplace, brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. It's waiting for you. The Attorney General just needs to know where to send it. So tell him, IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's fast. It's easy. It is free. Check it out for yourself. It's your money. It's your cash. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Matt Bear.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of art, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh, am I a fan of the art, and the more art that comes to Indianapolis, art and the arts, the better. I want to see more museums. I want to see all sorts of interesting things happening. I want more shows. Dear Lord, how have we not built a performing arts center? What are we waiting for, Indianapolis? I love it. And I like when people in their own time, they're creating things. I love creative people. I think I need to take that back. Matt Bear, this is listed on the Facebook Marketplace as pig.
Oh, you can buy a pig.
It's not a pig.
Make your own
Let me explain
brisket.
to you what's happened here. Let me explain to you this abomination before the Lord.
Please do. Yes.
What someone has done is that they have taken a metal cylinder, what looks like an old propane tank, and they took the handles of the propane tank and they welded it to the, I'm assuming the tank is empty, and they welded it to the top of the tank so it looks like ears. And then where the valve comes out, they cut that off so it looks like the snout. And then they drilled in 2 eyes. And what is in front of you, and they painted it pink, is the scariest. Did you ever see the movie Mask with Eric Stoltz?
Loved it.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz is handsome compared to what they just created right here.
He had a disease, man. I mean,
Yet somehow more attractive than what they created right here.
Why? It wasn't his fault. I mean,
I didn't say it was his fault, but whoever created this monstrosity, it is their fault, and I want to talk about it.
I remember in that movie Cher saying he looked like a propane tank. I remember that. It was one of the lines. Is this at Tony Katz?
Yeah, if you follow me on the Twitter X at Tony Katz.
Okay, this is a piggy bank with with wrench-like legs. It's
This is not a piggy bank because there is absolutely no way on God's green earth you would ever want to put anything into this.
I'm not putting my propane in there.
Honestly, this is like if your kid made this in an art class, you would be like, oh, let's put this outside for no one to see.
And being the kid, that's you put the kid
Honestly,
outside for making this.
If your kid made this, you would look at your kid and say, you shouldn't do art.
You're going to be an athlete.
Yeah, I would ground my kid if they brought
Try
this
it out
home.
for football because you ain't going to art class anymore.
It is available in North Vernon, Matt Bear. You like yourself the North Vernon?
Oh man, I'm there every day.
By the way, the feet are made of wrenches.
Yeah, it's you wrench feet and
wrench feet,
handle ears, and there are some lumps on the face that.
Right.
I guess that's where you milk the pig. I don't know.
You don't milk. Wait.
What?
You don't milk pigs.
You can. I mean, usually they're used for pork, but it's.
Have you ever had pig
I don't think
milk?
you can.
I'm a Hoosier, Tony. I know these things.
Listen, I'm not an
born in
expert on
Indiana.
pigs. Agreed, right?
Well,
Found the Jewish guy's weakness. I just don't think you can milk a pig.
Oh, you people. Have you
Put
ever
lipstick
tried
on it, and it wouldn't help. By the way, you people.
Damn. Come on, Carl. Carl's got to stop with the anti-Semitism.
This pig. By the way, this pig is anti-Semitic. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Just having to look at this pig is $50, Matt Bear.
Wow. Okay. Sweet 16 present. Here it comes. I don't know why you would pay $50. This would be something. Okay, say I have a big house in Meridian Hills. I have my own little urban garden, where I just grow herbs, and then I go to the PTA meetings and tell everybody about it. This is what I would put in my lawn for like a flower decoration or something.
Ew, David.
Yeah. If I had a big home,
Dude, this is this is outrageously unattractive. I'm sorry.
I mean, we've had better items, but hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure, Tony.
Nope. This time it's just trash.
Nope. You're right.
One man's trash in this case is another man's future trash. That's all it is. It's on Facebook Marketplace. You can check it out for yourself. It's totally disgusting. Let us know if you buy it.
Grab it while it's hot.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
You do that. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Circle City Trees has a wide selection of trees for your backyard, for your front yard, for your side yard, and for all of your needs. If you're looking for some shade for the deck, Circle City Trees is the place to go and check out everything they have to offer because they sell fully mature trees. Things that thrive in Indiana, we're talking about evergreens or shade trees, fruit trees, ornamental trees, flowering trees. So whatever the need is, whether you're using it as a way to create some beauty in the backyard or the front yard, whether you want that shade over the deck, or how about some privacy from that neighbor, Circle City Trees has everything. What I'm telling you is you could see it all online at circlecitytrees.com, and the pricing is right there for you. The installation is included, the warranty is included, the mulching is included. But what you want to do is head up to Zionsville, and you want to see it for yourself. And every tree has a personality. Every tree tells a story. Every tree has a quirk that you're like, that works perfectly. That is my kind of quirk. And then, boom, that's your tree. Check them out for yourself. CircleCityTrees.com in Zionsville. 317-768-3005. 317-768-3005. Circle City Trees, 768-3005, or online at CircleCityTrees.com.
Executive orders are flying.
Instituting reciprocal tariffs. They do it to us, and we do it to them.
Policies are shifting.
He changed the policies.
There will be a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs.
Priorities are being rewritten.
I don't understand what the confusion is.
Follow the home stretch of the first 100 days.
The American dream, just dream big. We're bringing it back.
When the ride is over, it'll stop here.
Greatest movement in the history of the world.
Stay in the know while you're on the go. 93 WIBC.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's happening?
Tony, looking at northbound 465 on the northwest side, stop and go traffic from 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69, that's an 8-minute delay running from 116th Street down to 82nd. Northbound 465 on the east side, slow roll from 70 up to Penn Pike, and westbound 70 coming up from the east side, stop and go traffic after Emerson Avenue into the north split. Inbound 65 slows from the White River down to 21st Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:45.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a D-SNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A D-SNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials too. With a Humana D-SNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
The heart of a mom gives everything: her time, her love, her prayers. And just like Jesus showed us the power of selfless love, many moms and mother figures demonstrate it every day. Whether it's a hug, a call, or a simple thank you, let her know she's cherished. Consider bringing her to church. She would love the time with you to sit and consider the deep things of God. So celebrate her, celebrate love, and give thanks to the one who gave us both, Jesus. LifeChurchIN.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away, so the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
The news everyone's talking about. You'll find it at WIBC.com. The latest from City Hall, the White House, or the State House. Updated all day. Don't miss what matters. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC and WIBC.com.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Media sounds alarm on MAGA women's looks. It was the Washington Times with that headline, and I said, this is no way a thing. Turns out, this is a thing. We have very possibly hit the bottom of the barrel, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. In a publication called Vox, which I think fancies itself still a really strong player. There is a story about Mar-a-Lago face and a new era of extremeness disguised as traditional beauty standards, and how MAGA has become this whole identity thing. It's all glam and ridiculousness. And what they're doing is discussing how these women look. If the American left wants to start discussing looks, I don't think that works out well for them. The problem here is we're discussing looks. Anything overly made up, the things that we are told are beautiful in today's world, with the Botox fillers and the weird thing they do with the lips and the plastic look, that is happening with women all across America. And ladies, you look terrible. You do. You look absolutely awful. Tony, you can't say that. Said it, meant it, not apologizing for it, and everybody knows that I'm right. Oh, you know what else is a really, really bad look? Being totally obese and somehow thinking you should wear leggings. Fat is not attractive. Even Lizzo figured it out. Just saying, for a segment of America, you're wrong. Well, Tony, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Just because you don't think it's beautiful doesn't mean somebody else can. Oh, absolutely, somebody else can. I'm discussing in an objective way. It's not attractive. It's weird. The whole obese thing as somehow attractive is weird. And the whole plastic face thing as attractive, it's not attractive. It's weird. And that is not the purview solely and exclusively of MAGA. There are a lot of plastic faces we could look at and say, oh, honey, no. Nah. Let's not do that. But this is the thing now. If you want to discuss what people look like, you can. But let's discuss how bottom of the barrel it is. I can tell you that Kimberly Guilfoyle was one of the most beautiful women you have ever seen, and what she looks like today is a far cry from what she used to look like. And what she's done to herself, I am not in for. That's not going to move me. I could say that without an ounce of hesitation. She can get angry with me, whatever. But if we are indeed discussing people's looks as opposed to philosophies, ideas, well, then what we're saying is there's nothing left to discuss. Basically, politics has now devolved into yo mama jokes. That's not what it is. If you are so devoid of thought and of rationality that this is the place you want to play in, oh, those MAGA people look so blank, like enter your thing there. Okay, you've lost all arguments. I will still hold to the theory that people actually want to discuss ideas. And they might agree or disagree with an idea, but they want to discuss the idea. They don't want to discuss whether or not the plastic surgery went awry. Now, privately, it may come up for 2 minutes, but in terms of moving an electorate, no thanks. So go ahead with this left if you want. But my God, you're going to lose. We're all going to lose if this is what we're doing. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Tony. Northbound 465 stop and go traffic, 79th up to 865. Inbound 69 stop and go from 116th Street down to 465 for a 12-minute delay. Inbound 65 slow roll 38th Katz down to 21st Street. And on the east side, northbound 465, that's stop and go traffic from Brookville Road up to Washington Street. South side, eastbound 465 stop and go from 69 over to Harding. In a crash on the west side, it's Belmont Avenue north of West 10th. On the northeast side, 75th Street still shut down from Graham to Bimford until May 7th. That's for Nickel Plate Trail construction. Again, that traffic should be lifted sometime next week. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Spring is here, and it's time to shake off winter's dust, dirt, and allergens. Hi, this is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and if you're ready for a true spring clean, listen up, because this deal won't last. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $119 and $75 off air duct cleaning. That's real savings and the perfect way to refresh your home. Winter leaves behind grime and odors and allergens trapped in your carpets and air ducts. And remember, your air ducts are the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, so is your air. Zero Res's patented ZR water cleans with no soap, no residue, and no harsh chemicals. Just fresh, healthy carpets and air. Beat the spring cleaning rush. Call 317-388-5141 or book online at zeroresindy.com. And don't take my word for it. Just check out 4,900 5-star Google reviews. Call now. Mention WIBC. Get 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141 or zeroresindy.com.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Spring is here. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? You know, if the holes are too big, debris gets in, and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top, and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 17% discount plus 12 months, no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 17% off is good through April. Restrictions apply and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET. That's 800-5HELMET or gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
Come on, Indy. Don't use the spring to paint your house year after year. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Spring has sprung and Indiana's floodgates have opened, meaning everything is growing, including your roots. Underground root growth knows no bounds and can wreak havoc on your sewer system, causing potential damage to your home. My friends at Hope Plumbing want to help you stay ahead of the rain by offering $300 off any sewer repair or replacement. This offer excludes drain cleanings. Call Hope Plumbing at 641-HOPE or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com and stay dry this spring.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what to know about severe weather that's headed your way this afternoon. What Indiana's Attorney General Todd Rokita says about his First Amendment rights and a data breach at Ascension St. Vincent. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
It's day 100 since President Biden left the White House. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but Democrats not celebrating President Trump's return.
He now has the lowest approvals any president has seen through his first 100 days since they started polling 80 years ago.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. While the Trump poll numbers are dragged down by concern about the economy, the White House just put out a statement this morning touting economic success, from increased wages to lower inflation to surging auto sales last month. Now, tonight, the president will celebrate his 100 days with a rally in Warren, Michigan, where he's expected to announce easing tariffs on automakers, including steel and aluminum they use.
A senior administration official tells Fox that the move today to soften the blow of some of those car tariffs is meant to give manufacturers more time to move production back to the United States. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says this deal is a major victory for the president's trade policy by rewarding companies who manufacture domestically.
Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House, where they also keep touting a big drop in illegal immigration. Borders are Tom Homan tells Fox.
President Trump, he's a game changer. What's happening on the border? He did in 7 weeks what Joe Biden couldn't or wouldn't do in 4 years.
North of the border, where Canadians are dealing with new U.S. tariffs, Prime Minister Mark Carney is celebrating an election victory, his Liberal Party keeping control of Parliament.
President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never, ever happen.
The president has numerous times suggested Canada should be our 51st state. A child remains in critical condition in Illinois the morning after a car smashed through a building in Chatham near Springfield, hosting an after-school program, killing 2 7-year-olds, another child who was 8, and an 18-year-old as well. 6 other kids were injured. The driver was not hurt, and police this morning say they do not believe the building was targeted intentionally. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The damage it can cause is similar to a tornado. There's nothing on radar right now. 50 or make that 78 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Rain moving in from the northwest. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
Straight line damaging wind threats a lot of times are, affecting much
broader swath, a much larger area than a smaller tornado may impact.
Joe Neal at the National Weather Service Indianapolis talking about one of the main threats today as severe weather moves in this afternoon.
Important to keep that in mind and to treat a severe thunderstorm warning just as seriously as you would a tornado warning.
Large hail is the other threat. Tornadoes are possible. The timeline for this rough weather is between 1 and 8 this afternoon. Some Ascension St. Vincent patients in 5 states, including Indiana, likely had their information stolen from a former business partner. Ascension discovered that on December 5th of last year, that patient information was likely stolen during a potential security incident in Alabama, Michigan, Indiana, Tennessee, and Texas. A subsequent investigation revealed that on January 21st of this year, Ascension accidentally shared confidential information with a former business partner due to a reported software issue. Indiana's Republican Attorney General is still in trouble despite his belief that his First Amendment rights are being violated. Here's Chris Davis.
Comments made to Fox News host Jesse Waters in 2023 about Dr. Caitlin Bernard still have Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita in trouble. This time, though, it's the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission rejecting Rokita's argument to dismiss the ethics complaint against him regarding the comments. He had accepted a public reprimand, then immediately said in a press release that he rejected the discipline. Now he wants everything dismissed, and the commission is saying no. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may have heard that a woman shot and killed a dog during a police response in Lawrence and then was shot by the cops after reports of police saying she pointed a gun at them.
Could hear noise coming out of the detached garage. The garage was open about a foot and a half. They manually opened the door, and that's where they confronted the female.
Deputy Police Chief Travis Klein says the woman pointed a gun at the cops. They told her to drop it and fired. She's now facing several serious charges. The Indiana Fever have 5 returning players on this year's team, and everyone else is new.
What also is new is the team slogan. I'm John Herrick. It's called Now You Know, and the team says this slogan is all about making history in women's sports. Fever guard Caitlin Clark said Monday there's also something new about her this year.
I certainly feel a lot stronger, and, I'm a pretty self-aware person. I knew that was going to be a huge part of it, and it's going to help me offensively, it's going to help me defensively, it's going to help me not get as tired throughout games.
She says getting stronger was her biggest focus in the offseason. The Fever begin their preseason this Saturday against Washington. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Yeah, Ryan, that's a 6-minute delay on inbound 69 from 116th Street to 82nd. Northwest side stop and go traffic on northbound 465, 79th up to 865. East side, northbound 465 slow off 72 Penn Pike, and on the south side, eastbound 465 dragging from I-69 to Harding Street. Crash on the west side, Belmont Avenue north of West 10th Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push to talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hey, good morning. We have a little bit of some light rain and a few thunderstorms this morning. More thunderstorms possible later this afternoon. Some of those could be on the stronger side. Gusty winds, heavy rainfall, all possible. Highs near 80. Some scattered showers, I think, coming to an end later tonight after about 7, 8 o'clock. We'll see lows fall to 55. 73 on Wednesday, mainly cloudy. Some scattered showers possible. Much of the same on Thursday with highs near 73. But better weather heading this way for the weekend. Sunny skies dry with temperatures into the 60s on Saturday and 70s on Sunday.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. So no rain on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, mini marathon looks dry.
Right, and then Rev in the evening. Have you ever done Rev?
No, I've never. I think my invitation must have gotten lost in the mail. I just moved, so might have been.
Are you serious? You've never done Rev?
I've never. No.
Okay, well, I cannot go this year because of the arm. I'm not gonna be
that's
around
right.
that many people. So
Yeah,
I will have my passes transferred over to you.
Oh, that's great. That'd be awesome.
So
Do I have to dress fancy? It's fancy, isn't it?
Well,
I don't know
yeah.
if I'm that fancy.
I mean, it's a party at the track, and it is absolutely fancy. But some people, you know, they go with like Canadian tuxedo look.
Okay.
Do you know what a Canadian tuxedo is?
I have no idea. What
It's
Canadian
jeans. It's head to toe jeans. That's Canadian tuxedo.
Nice.
And they, you know, they modify, and then there are some people who really think they're glamorous, and you're like, oh, that's precious. That outfit would have really worked 24 years ago. Really.
Ooh.
Really.
Yes.
And that's the guys. So
Do you normally just go there and just like people watch and just
Oh.
kind of like in your mind just kind of like judge people that walk by?
no, so I don't judged them long before I got there. That's not the point.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think that outside of what Pat Sullivan does with Eggfest at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, and I mean this in all sincerity, Rev is a much bigger event. Rev is the best food event I have ever attended in my life.
Really? Okay.
Hands down, spectacular. The presentation, how they do it in all the chalets there, and it's not like some people just threw something on a cracker and said, "Eat this." There is real thought and real care put into this. Unbelievable work is done at Rev.
Good.
And then there's drinks aplenty, and then you're basically partying on the track. And me, after a round or two of trying the food, the cigar is out, and people are like, "You can smoke cigars here?" I'm like, "I don't know, I'm doing it." And that's
it's
that's
outside.
it.
Yeah.
Spectacular event is Rev.
Oh, and it's a fundraiser.
Yeah, for the things they do on the track and IU Health, and there's another particular word for it that eludes me right now.
Okay, awesome. Well, good.
Just stupendous. But I will see if I can get my stuff transferred to you, and we'll get that done. And then you.
Thank you. You stay healthy, and you don't want to be around many people. You don't want to get the arm bumped.
Right.
You gotta stay healthy.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Good.
That's all I'm trying to do. I cannot be bumped. Be bumpless.
No
Bump free. That's Tara Hastings right there. I'm going to send her to Rev. We're going to send her in the chicken limo. That's the plan. See if it's available.
Limo? Oh boy.
You don't know about the chicken limo?
Oh, I know about the chicken limo. Yes.
Are you you're anti-chicken limo?
No, I just forgot. That's not. Wow. Yeah. No, I'm not anti-chicken limo. I think that's great.
What an
I forgot that there's a chicken limo.
TV elitist.
So you mentioned it.
No one forgets the chicken limo. That's not what happens. It's not what happens. I just don't believe that to be true. I'm going to go do radio right now. We're going to talk more in a bit. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I'm going to try and get her the tickets. 71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:10.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County's spring nursery headquarters.
The Canadians have an election, and they screw it up again. Unbelievable. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Everything that the Liberal Party has done to Canada, the attacks on free speech, the attacks on truckers, the failures on the economic front, the failures on the housing front, the embarrassment that was Justin Trudeau to the point where he had to resign. And because Trump screams 51st state, you vote again for the Liberal Party? You're going to show Trump by damaging yourself? You people are weird. You people are very, very weird. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. They did it. They could have had Polyev. They could have had a conservative who could bring them into an economic reality of value, and they said, nope. Don't look at me. Don't ask me. I don't have the answers. But if this election was all about Trump and we were going to show him and he can't push Canada around, some people argued that Poilievre should have had a huge embrace of Trump. That would have destroyed him. What a bad idea that would have been. Not every nation is America. Meanwhile, if this is what you're going to do, liberals, okay. Now the conversation is, you let one more Chinese national come through the northern border in the Swanton sector, anywhere else, we're going to have a fight, and you're going to lose. That would be me. Can't believe they did it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP $105,575, Nautilus MSRP $61,995, Corsair MSRP $47,820. Offers good through 4/30/2025. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Hey, it's Matt Bear for Cochran Exteriors. Have storms caused damage to your roofing or siding? There are more coming this week, so call Cochran Exteriors. Cochran Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home. From blown-offs to full replacements, Cochran Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new as fast as possible. Help your home find the fountain of roof. Call for a free, no-obligation consultation scheduled today at 317 Roofing or visit CochranExteriors.com. That's Cochran Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 50 years.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what's happening?
What's happening, Tony? 11 minutes on the delay on southbound 69, 116th Street down to 82nd. Southbound Keystone Parkway. Up in Carmel. Stop and go from Carmel Drive past 116th Street. Eastbound 465 slows before Michigan Road over to Meridian. Inbound 65 slow after 38th Kessler down to 21st, and a crash on the west side Belmont Avenue north of 10th. Traffic sponsored by Rocket. If you feel like owning a home has been out of reach, Rocket is here to change that. Own the dream. Visit rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET. Again, that's rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
72 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:15.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation. Like your neighbor Jerry.
When we first started looking for different options, we went to the internet. We did choose Galaxy, and definitely happy that we did. We first had our front porch and our pool deck done. Decided we loved it so much, we had them out about 10, 11 months later to finish up and do our back porch.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The crews at Galaxy were great. They actually cared about my property. Very punctual, knowledgeable, and just a great group of workers.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings works for any area like patios, garage floors, driveways, and around pools.
I'm 100% satisfied. It's not slippery and it's not hot. I was very impressed with the product. It's amazing that I don't burn my feet and my 6-year-old doesn't fall.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook, GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. We are out of this world.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy.
Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
So Elevate Ventures, fearing catastrophic consequences because of a funding freeze from Governor Mike Braun. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. We discussed this the other day, that there was this reporting over there at Hannah News Service that stated that Elevate Ventures, if we don't understand what we're dealing with here, is that we have the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. And there's a question of whether or not they provide any value whatsoever in a really attracting business. Do you need this organization to do that, to bring business to the state of Indiana? Then you have Elevate Ventures, which takes loans from the state of Indiana, our tax dollars, and then invests in companies, startups, and things that can grow here. Well, instead of returning the money, first they charge a larger than normal fee for managing the money, and then they created a fund called the Growth Fund because I guess the Human Fund was already taken. It's a Costanza joke, ladies and gentlemen. And now they're looking to take $25 million and put it into this growth fund. Understand that there's 50-some-odd million dollars they're supposed to give back to the state. That's as I understand the reporting, but they're not doing that. They're taking $25 million, putting it into a new fund where they're going to charge a fee for managing it, and then they're going to the private sector to see if they can raise $75 million more dollars based on their own press release and try and invest in business. I don't know who's going to give them $75 million. I don't know if they've raised any money at all, but I think that the more serious question is this the role of the state? And certainly, are we getting all of the updates that are necessary from a state organization? Now, where it gets interesting is that maybe this isn't something that falls under a state organization because of its structure. They aren't considered a state agency. But if your funding is coming from the state, how are you not considered a state agency? So there's a couple of pieces here regarding how this group operates, why we need this Elevate Ventures anyway, whether or not the IEDC and this foundation they created to raise money, the IEDF, the Indiana Economic Development Foundation, whether or not this creates any value whatsoever, or is this just a way to raise money to then engage pressure and lobbying of the General Assembly to do the bidding of others? Right? An organization gives to the foundation, and then the Development Corporation says, we should be investing in more of this because they got a donation from so-and-so. I make no accusation of discussing where the potential problem could be. But it should be clear that we should be a place that wants growth, but maybe shouldn't be engaged in picking winners and losers in this way. And the idea that Elevate Ventures should take the money they owe back to the state and say, we're going to start another fund seems very awkward, and the institution existing for the sake of the institution and not for the sake of the citizen, in this case, the Hoosier, that they are supposed to provide results for. That's what I took from the piece there over at Hannah News Service, which is very interesting. Now you have the CEO, Christopher Day, saying, and this is from the IBJ, fearing catastrophic consequences, saying 48 early-stage companies could be effective, far along in the pipeline for investment, potentially days or weeks away from funding approval when the freeze was announced. With all due respect, I'm not angry with you. I don't know if I have a reason to be. But rather, I'm not going to buy into that argument. The larger scale question has to be whether or not this is something we should be doing as a state. Not that you think that we have to keep going down a road that maybe provides no value. That's the conversation here. You are going to be looked at, or maybe I should say it differently. You should be looked at. Everything should be. And certainly I do find it odd, I think you would agree, whether it's people listening or whether it's Elevate Ventures themselves. You're not a state agency. You get all your funding from the state. You're not a state agency. Does that mean that there are certain rules and regulations you don't have to follow if you're not a state agency? Certain disclosures you don't have to provide if you're not a state agency? Again, I don't have the answer. I'm asking the question. I do want an answer. And is there a value to this organization at all? That's the question. Is there a value here? Is there something we get out of this? So I don't know if a funding freeze from the state endangers startups or the entrepreneurial community. You mean we only have startups if the state, meaning the taxpayer, meaning Hoosiers, is writing a check and investing? Well, they can invest on their own. It's not a danger to startups if they're not investing through you. That dog don't hunt. So I don't know if it's catastrophic unless you're saying that this system that's put in place, maybe the money flows easier than if it were to come from a private individual or an angel group or an investment group. Are the standards of Elevate Ventures easier? And you give out more dollars in more places? Because after all, you didn't actually have to raise the money. You were given the money. Wait, do I have that wrong? And maybe you give more money than an investor group, an angel group, et cetera, would give. And maybe what's catastrophic is that you won't see as many businesses come because the money doesn't flow as freely because the money, well, is actually being watched. I'm not sure. You could show me on a spreadsheet that Elevate Ventures is the greatest thing to ever happen to Indiana, and we're fools for not doing it everywhere. I just don't think that's the case, but I'm open to looking at the data. But endangering startups in the entrepreneurial community, entrepreneurs find a way. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy into the doomsday scenario here. The reporting continues, and we'll keep sharing it with you. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony. Northbound 6570 stop and go from Michigan Street out to Meridian. Inbound 69, 8-minute delay before 106th Street down to 82nd Street. And on the east side, northbound 465 slowing from 72 Penn Pike. And inbound 70 a little bit slow from 465 to Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show, 3 o'clock this afternoon. The biggest stories in Indy. We'll get you ready for a little Pacers home playoffs. Jeff Boggs joins us, 93 WIBC.
Your next car or truck is at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. They're offering employee pricing to everybody. You can get employee pricing across a full lineup of your favorite trucks and SUVs at Andy Moore Ford. That's MOHR, AndyMooreFord.com. The F-150s, employee pricing. Super Duties, for you guys who have a business, employee pricing. Explorers, employee pricing. Expeditions, I'm not going to say it. I'll say it. Employee pricing. And if you need something a little bit smaller, the Ford Edge. Perfect balance of practicality and style. The fuel economy loaded with safety features. Employee pricing. Get more to your door as well. You simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it directly to you. And yeah, they'll buy your used car or truck and they're going to give you top dollar, even if you don't buy from them. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Head on over. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. They will give you an immediate foot rub. Okay, there's no foot rub, but you will get an incredible deal on your next car or truck or fleet vehicle as well for you business owners. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. Andy Moore Ford, M-O-H-R, AndyMooreFord.com.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
Summer heat is coming. Will your air conditioner be ready? Don't risk an expensive breakdown. A quick tune-up from B&W catches problems early and keeps your family cool and comfortable. Join thousands of Hoosiers who trust B&W. Call 317-214-0108 or go to bplusw.com today.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Concrete Floor Coatings. You already know if your garage concrete has stains and cracks, or you've got a bad epoxy job, it makes your whole garage look bad. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your garage in just one day. But did you know? We transform concrete patios and concrete pool decks beautifully. Our patios and pool decks are guaranteed and turn out way better than new, at a fraction of the cost of replacing them. And we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly and apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross proprietary guaranteed finish. If you call us within the next 10 minutes for your quick and easy estimate, you'll get a free Samsung 70-inch flat screen TV or $500 credit. Free with every garage floor, pool deck, or patio we transform. Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, home decor, and patio furniture, all at Miss M's, State Road 135 in Burgersville.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Your main concerns. You have a cloudy sky, 71 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 77. Rain moving in from the northwest. It could be in Indianapolis by about 9 o'clock. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
It's not our primary concern, but certainly can't rule it out either.
Forecaster Joe Neal that the National Weather Service says there's a chance you could see tornadoes today as severe weather moves in this afternoon.
There is enough low-level shear out there that we could get some embedded supercells, some rotating thunderstorms that may produce a tornado or two.
Neal says the timeline for severe weather is about 1 p.m. today, lasting throughout the night, ending at about 9 o'clock. More severe weather chances Wednesday and Thursday as well. Democratic lawmakers are planning to hold a protest on the steps of the U.S. Capitol this week as President Trump marks his 100th day in office.
As President Trump has come into office, he's fixed our border. He's put us on a fundamentally different plane in terms of crime in America. He's addressing some of the long-standing issues that we've had with some of our partners. We're moving in the right direction, and I think that the Democrat Party is imploding as a result of it.
Republican Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty speaking with Fox News a couple of minutes ago. And as President Trump marks his 100th week-long celebration, he takes a trip to Michigan.
It's the last state he campaigned in before winning the 2024 election. President Trump returns to Michigan today for a rally in Macomb County
to discuss all that he has achieved on behalf of the American people.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, the event is billed as a celebration of Trump's legendary start to his presidency in the first 100 days, including the closure of the southern border, deportation efforts, working on peace and trade deals, and with over 140 executive orders signed, including the dismantling of the Department of Education, establishing the Department of Government Efficiency, and cutting federal budgets and regulations.
Fox News reporter Jeff Manasso. She's 14 missing, and the cops suspect foul play. Chris Davis reports on a reward.
Janiyah McMichael was last seen August 12th in Gary. Since then, all the efforts to find her have proven fruitless. Still, police are looking for that one bit of information that could turn the case around.
Like I said, it's been too long. The not knowing is the worst.
That's her grandmother, Dalia Guerrero, talking to News 7 in Chicago. The FBI is now offering a $20,000 reward for accurate information on McMichael's whereabouts. If you have that info, you're asked to call the FBI tip line. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It doesn't look like the Real ID deadline will be extended this time. The Trump administration says all states will need to comply by the May 7th deadline. Real ID is an enhanced security driver's license that will be needed in order to board any domestic flight soon. Sports on WIBC, brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Fever are heavy favorites tonight to finish off their first-round playoff series with the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks star Damian Lillard is out with the torn left Achilles. Here's Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton.
I think we also understand that with him being out, other guys are going to step up. We got to be able to scramble, got to be able to, continue to bring our energy for 48 minutes.
And Halliburton has recorded 4 straight double-doubles to open the playoffs. Tonight's game starts at 6. The Indiana Fever continue their training camp today. Guard Kelsey Mitchell.
With the new atmosphere, new coaching, everything is just absolutely new. It feels really good. It feels fresh. It's kind of like when you take your clothes out the dryer, kind of like fresh. It feels different, and it feels good because we have new leadership.
And Indiana will open their preseason this coming Saturday against the Washington Mystics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us, Matt Bear?
Right now we're checking out a slowdown on southbound 69. It's delayed by 7 minutes from 116th Street, 282nd. So a bit of a drag making your way down from Fishers here this morning. East side, northbound 465 stop and go from 70 up to Penn Pike. Downtown, northbound 65 is 70 hitting the brakes around Michigan Street and letting off of them near Meridian Penn. And then northbound 465 on the northwest side, slow 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
72 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Dow futures are up 110. NASDAQ futures are down 55. Oil prices, $61.03 on the West Texas crude, down a little bit from yesterday, down over $1 a barrel. Brent crude coming out of the ocean, $64.68 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury at 4.23, so down a little bit for the 4.3s, 4.4s, but still well into that 4% range. That does not make anybody in the Trump administration happy. The Trump administration, they know that the tariffs did not go as well as they would like. And they have Scott Bessent out there trying to keep everybody just totally cool, honey bunny.
Are you worried about empty shelves? Because they say that a lot of these, the supply lines and the cargo ships are being held up. A lot of people are saying, turn it around. With the tariffs this high, I don't want the product. Are you worried about empty shelves?
Not at present. We have some great retailers. I assume they pre-ordered. I think we'll see some elasticities. I think we'll see replacements. And then we will see how quickly the Chinese want to de-escalate.
If they have pre-ordered, well, that's Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, I think in an equivalent way making the argument that they're holding off on new orders. And it's undoubtedly true, anecdotally speaking, that people are saying, hey, we're not going to take that shipment just yet. We're going to wait. We're going to wait to see. It's true in clothing and in a whole host of areas. That's absolutely happening. The tariff thing did not work the way they wanted it to work. Plain and simple. There's no debate here. And it's going to be a problem until it's not. Meaning, as we have discussed, the only way out is through on all of these things. The tariffs are already here. And until they're gone, you got to deal with what it is it's going to bring. You have to. One must. So if Trump can get the tariffs gone and there's a trade deal in place, it doesn't even matter what the trade deal is. The tariffs being gone are going to be seen as the victory. They're going to claim the trade deal as the victory, even if the trade deal is just meh. As for whether or not you can break China with this, well, that's a whole different conversation, because Bessent is really and truly fixated on the idea that China is the one that needs to make the moves. And on that point, he's not wrong. Because what's the other argument to take? We have to somehow acquiesce to China? That's a silly argument, a bad argument, a dangerous argument. The argument is that China has to be the one who engages in a level of de-escalation.
Let's get right to our newsmaker of the morning and the latest on everything, not just tariff negotiations with China. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is with us, and it's good to see you, Mr. Secretary. Welcome.
Good morning, Joe.
If you see any other reporters yelling next to you like last time, you just tell them from us that they need to move it over or do something.
Okay, great. I don't need to hear you have a personality there, Joe Kernan. I like you over there at CNBC, but my God, let's get to the stuff, shall we?
Let's start with China. Where are we with China? Are there negotiations? Was there a phone call with President Xi and President Trump?
You know, Joe, Treasury Secretary does a lot of things. Running the White House switchboard into one of them. So all aspects of government are in contact with China, and in terms of trade negotiations, we'll see where this goes. But as I've repeatedly said, that I believe that it's up to China to de-escalate, because they sell 5 times more to us than we sell to them. And so these 125, 145% tariffs are unsustainable.
Yeah, China's not necessarily interested in de-escalation. What Bessent needs is 3 or 4 trade deals that have tariffs removed, specifically Vietnam, South Korea, and Japan. That's the domino effect that you can follow from there. You need the deals done. Whatever the deal is on the trade is almost inconsequential. You need the tariffs removed. Those 3 countries, you will start setting things in a good direction. Then India, whoop, we're done here. Then you've got pressure on the Chinese, which, putting pressure on the Chinese, fine by me. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning.
This May, you've got a chance to see what an IndyCar driver's dream garage really looks like. WIBC's Tales from the Track, presented by Relay Indiana, takes you inside Graham Ray Hall Performance, a high-octane hangout where racing meets luxury. Hammer and Nigel sit down with Graham for great stories, laughs, and insights from someone who grew up on the hallowed grounds of the IMS. But this backstage pass to speed, style, and surprises is sold out. The only place to register to win tickets is WIBC.com.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And for a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. That's right, upgrade your home today and don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. And here's the real spring surprise. Get a bonus $500 off your home improvement project. There's never been a better time to bundle and save with Universal Windows Direct. Some restrictions may apply, so call today, 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Get all the information and schedule your totally free in-home estimate. And see everything for yourself on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
The following is sponsored by Bid My Listing. Selling your home? With Ready, the best real estate agents will pay you up front for your listing. 2, 5, as much as $10,000 just for the chance to sell your home. So when you're ready to sell, give us a call and give us the basic information about your property. We'll notify all those smart agents who signed up with Ready, and within 48 hours, they'll be competing to sell your home. Pick the best one, get thousands up front. Call Ready, 888-551-READY. That's 888-551-REDY.
Addiction doesn't just affect one person, it touches everyone around them. That's why Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick created the Supporting Sobriety podcast. It's for the friends and family standing behind, offering hope, guidance, and real talk. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
I gave it a shot, and I came in and had the procedure done. To me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago.
Hammer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Hanging baskets, bedding flats, tropicals, vegetables, herbs, herbaceous perennials, trees, shrubs, and home decor. All of this at Sundown Gardens, Spring Mill Road and 186th Street.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Baer. What's going on?
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69, stop and go traffic 106 down to 82nd. East side, northbound 465, slow from 70 up to Penn Pike. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow roll 86th Street up to 865. As southbound 65, tight from MLK down to 21st. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 71 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:45. Good Lord. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Here's how we play. Producer Carl chooses a television theme song. I have to guess what it is. So, In my head, it is some kind of driving. Like, driving is what's in my head. Like, there's some car-related thing here. What's that?
That is a clue, yes.
I'm vacillating between two. I'm vacillating between two shows as for what that is. But I'll make the mistake, and I will say that this is the theme, and I don't know it. This is the theme to Starsky and Hutch.
Wow. You're amazing, Tony.
The poll, ladies and gentlemen. That is how we do it. I don't remember the theme being this funky. I almost went with BJ and the Bear.
Yeah, but we did BJ and the Bear.
We did?
Yeah.
Ah, well then, lucky me. Like, I remember everyone we do.
These are all brand new.
Yeah, that's all right. Not bad. Not bad at all. We will be discussing the Canadian election on Tony Katz today. These people have damaged themselves in such a way. Oh, we hate Trump, so we're going to vote for the liberals that ruin the country. It's embarrassing. Canadians, you should be embarrassed. Oh, what are you talking about, Tony? You voted for Trump. Hi, that's right. But you should be embarrassed. To vote for the Liberal Party is just, it's your country. You do what you like. You know, there are blackouts across Europe. I mean, this started with Spain and Portugal. Losing power yesterday. Massive outages, public transportation, traffic lights, hospital, manufacturing, payment systems, nuclear power plants, which is weird because so much of Europe moved away from nuclear power. They were thrilled to move away from nuclear power. Why? I don't know. And this has now affected other nations. Germany, France, Netherlands, Finland, Greece, as I have the story, also having issues. Over there at the Telegraph, Net Zero blamed for Europe's biggest power cut. The EU is insisting it's not a cyber attack. Energy experts have blamed the heavy reliance on solar and wind farms in Spain for leaving the region's power grid vulnerable to such a crisis. Go green. Go ahead. Keep telling us how this is the better way. It's not the better way. It's criminally stupid. I have no issue with wind power or solar power. I do have an issue with giant windmills that kill birds and destroy views. But I have no issue with the idea. It just doesn't work. You can't force it to work. You want people to suffer while it works. And for those environmental terrorists, burn in hell. Tony, you can't say that. Said it. What do you want me to do? They want Americans, they want people across the globe to suffer for their ideology. But their ideology is predicated on the idea that the existence of humans, is the issue. I'm sorry, these things are not compatible. Human existence is not compatible with a group of people who believe that human existence is the problem. Same thing is true with Islamists. You cannot coexist with people who believe that your existence is the problem. Be an Islamist or die is not what you want from your neighbor. The Islamist way, Sharia, incompatible with any type of human civilization. Not my fault, their fault. So as we see these blackouts, I mean, it's like Canada. You did this. Why are you looking at me? Why are you angry with me? Why are you bothered with me? You did this. So, enjoy candlelight, I guess is the way that one goes. And as is being reported, West Fork Whiskey, lovely people over there. They've been trying to they're up in Westfield. I mean, they didn't start Westfield, but they built a fantastic place in Westfield. And they've been trying to build some things around their distillery and a whole commercial development. So Westfield has now heard plans to build an indoor and outdoor entertainment facility and more than 100 townhouses. If I understand it right, they had a plan, and then the plan got turned down. So now they're looking at a new plan that would have duckpin bowling and laser tag, a full bar, all sorts of stuff. Cool. I'm curious, are we seeing this in other places, right? I know certainly what Westfield is trying to do, and then you have the whole Grand Park takeover. I know that I'm curious as to what's going on in Greenwood, and I'm curious if we see the same things on the West Side. Now, West Side has Hendrix Live, bringing more entertainment to the area. Every place has an opportunity now to really stage. You don't have to travel into downtown. They have the opportunity to be their own entertainment. And entertainment's got to go both ways. It can't just be, well, we've got a bunch of bars. You have to have more than that. It's imperative that you have more than that. By the way, have you seen the events going on at Hendrix Live? I mean, Jimmy Vaughn is coming to town, the brother of Stevie Ray, and it was Jimmy who was thought of as the guitar phenom and is until Stevie found his footing. I mean, there's a lot. They've got a lot happening. They've got theater going on, the whole thing over there, hendrixlive.org. So entertainment is where it's at. People, we can talk about tax bases. We can talk about property taxes. I'm not saying these things don't matter. If people feel entertained, if they feel that they've got amenities, that does matter to them. It's just a question of how it gets measured. It's a question of how these things get measured. When a city says, we're giving you all this, so pay up, that's where it becomes a problem, because they say, well, okay, but you just raised my property taxes by $500, and I don't feel I get $500 worth of service. Based on all these people, you want to build these amenities. Are the roads better? Is the services better? This is where cities aren't reaching out enough to the constituents. That seems very obvious. We'll get to that. I have more on Tony Katz today. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Southbound 69, stop-and-go traffic 106th Street down to 82nd for a 4-minute delay. Also looking at northbound 465 on the northwest side, slow after 86 up to 865. Downtown, northbound 65, 70, stop-and-go Michigan Street out to Meridian Street, Penn. And on the northeast side, 75th Street still closed between Graham and Benford Boulevard. That's for Nickel Plate Trail construction going on until May the 7th, so sometime next week that should reopen as an East 75th Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road at North Shadelet or online at drexelin.com. Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and